Okay, let's go ahead and reconcile our accounts for the month of June. Credit card statement first. All right, make sure we selected that. We did. Credit card. All right, 630. Our ending balance. All right, right here. So finance charges, do we have any? Yep, we do. All right, we're going to enter it right here. All right, so again, once we click continue and we're going to move on with our reconciliation, we will book this accounting entry. So again, let's make sure we understand what's happening here. Because the finance charges are added to our balance on our credit card, it becomes a liability, right? We don't pay it right away. They don't send us a bill saying, hey, here's your finance charge, go ahead and pay it. They just add it to our account. So again, it's a credit to the liability account. Our debt increases. What else is happening? Well, our expense on interest and finance charges also increases, and that's a debit. So here we are. So once we click continue, this accounting entry will be booked. Even though we're entering amount once, it is a debit and a credit, right? We talked about it. Let's reiterate. This amount right here is a debit to this account and a credit to this account. So again, let's go ahead and continue. All right, so here we are with our reconciliation. Let's take a look. We have our finance charge right here. We can click on it. What else we have? We have our purchases. So let's see if they match. They do, which is good. That's what we want. All right. So far, so good. Again, our objective to get to zero difference here, right? That means we reconciled. So what else we have? We also have payments and credits. Let's make sure we capture those. So here we are. And we're at zero, right? Awesome. So we can go ahead and click reconcile now. That means everything matches to the statement. We don't, again, in catch-up accounting, bookkeeping mode, we don't need to obviously write a check right now or enter it later. We already did that, so we're going to click cancel. In live accounting, we would act a little bit differently, and we'll show it in later videos. Okay, so we're going to display our reconciliation report. All right, so here we are. Let's make sure balances match, right? They do. So you can go ahead and print this one and attach it to the statement. All right, the detailed reconciliation, again, let's make sure entries match. Okay, everything is good. We got our finance charge right here. So that completes reconciliation. Again, you can print this and attach it to the statement. I usually do. You can also sign it and date it to indicate who reconciled it. So again, that completes reconciliation for the credit card. Okay, let's go ahead and reconcile our bank statement for the month of June. Here we are, reconcile bank June. Okay, let's enter our ending balance. Okay, do we have a service charge? Yes, we do. Okay, I'll make sure we get the date correct. All right, so once we click continue, we'll book an accounting transaction. By now you know what it will be, but let's make sure we understand. Again, the $25 acts as both debit and credit. It will increase our expense account, $61,600, bank service charges, and it will decrease our bank account balance. So here we are. It's in balance, even though we're entering it once. It actually acts as both debit and credit. And we're going to click continue. Let's change that just to be consistent, right? So all dates are in the same month, even though we don't have interest earned. Let's continue. Okay. Here we are. We don't have all of our entries, but we have some of them, right? So we have our checks. Let's go ahead and reconcile those. And we have our credit card payment. All right, we still have a difference, and the reason we have it, we have some transactions that haven't been booked. We'll have to book them off statement, right? And that's our deposits. That's our sales, right, that we deposit. The cash sales we bring to the bank ourselves. The merchant account sales, those are the ones where our customers use credit cards. Those are being processed by the bank, and then bank deposits it to our bank account twice a month. Again, different merchant accounts have different arrangements. Ours, for simplicity, has just twice a month. Anyway, let's get on it. So what do we have? We are inside our reconciliation, and the beauty of it, we can book deposits without exiting reconciliation. That's the wonderful feature of QuickBooks. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, we're entering amount once, but it acts as both debit and credit, and we know it by now, but let's make sure we understand. Practice makes it perfect. We need to solidify it. Okay, revenue slash sales go up. 41,100 account goes up when we credit it, and our bank account goes up when we debit it. Again, even though amount is entered only once, it is actually a debit and a credit, and it is a double entry accounting transactions. All transactions are double entry accounting transactions. They have to be. We'll cover it more when we run reports at the end of the year after we book everything and we kind of show what we need to do to prepare for taxes. Anyway, here we are, good to go. Let's continue with booking our deposits. Change the date. All right, same thing, but again, let's make sure we understand. All right, it's in balance. It has to have debits and credits to be in balance. So here we are, good to go. Next one is our merchant account deposit. All right, good to go. Everything is in balance. Sales going up. Bank account balance goes up. Now the cash sale. Here we are. All in balance. Has to be. No other way. Again, let's show it in terms of debits and credits. Make sure we understand. All good. And one more we gotta go credit. here we are. That completes booking our deposits, right? We have them all. Again, we're not marking it on our statement just yet, right? Because we're just booking them. We haven't started reconciliation for those yet, right? We're going to reconcile them in the moment. We're still in reconciliation, so we're going to save and close. All right, you can see that these deposits are now showing up, and we can go ahead and reconcile them. Again, I cannot stress enough how much I love QuickBooks feature for reconciliation, because you don't have to exit it to book transactions of the statement. In a lot of other accounting software, you have to exit reconciliation, book transactions, go back in reconciliation. Here, wonderful, wonderful feature. Again, we have some more items that we got to book, because again, we still have a difference. Our objective is to get to 0. So what do we have? We have some draws, right? We're taking money out of the business. Those will reduce our bank account balance, and they will reduce our equity, our ownership in the business. And then we have our monthly fee. Oh, it's right here. Okay, let's mark that. And then we have our merchant account fee that we'll book. And we're going to book those using general journal entries. My favorite, right? Because it has debits and credits right here. You know precisely what you're doing. And what we'll do in one of the videos down the road in one of the months is that we'll book the entire month using general journal entries. I'll show you. It's a cool way to do it. If you're in crunch mode, catch up, right? You really need to get it done. This is a fast way to do it. Again, it's not probably as illustrative as what we've been doing using different interfaces, but it is a way to do it fast. So again, I'm going to show it to you. Anyway, let's get on with booking these entries. We know by now, and again, we know that our bank account is going down. Our equity goes down. Again, it's all right there, right on the interface. You have debits, credits, they equal to each other, but I'm just going to show it for consistency. So here we are. We can go ahead and book this one. A couple of more draws we got to book. All right. Very much similar. This one was probably we used an ATM machine. We took $350 we needed for personal reasons. All right. So again, very straightforward. But I'm going to show it. Right, here we are. Equity goes down because we're taking money out of the business, so our ownership, our equity goes down, right? And then what else is happening? Our bank account balance is reduced because we're taking cash out to spend on whatever things we want to spend it outside of the business. So saving it. All right, one more. Here we are. We're very much familiar with it. Okay, so we are getting close to booking our draws. All good, all good. Save and new. We have one more thing we got to book, right? We got to book the merchant account charges, right? Call it bank fees. Right? So what's happening here? Again, our bank account is reduced. Because the bank charges us for processing those credit card payments from our customers, right? And again, it's pretty straightforward, but I'm just going to stay consistent and show it here. Again, the beauty of it, you see it right here on this interface. That's why I love General Journal Entries interface. That's the ultimate tool, right? You technically could book anything you want using this interface, and I'll show you how to book a month using just that interface. Okie doke. Again, it has limitations, obviously. Like, for example, you can't assign a check number here, but you can put it in the memo box, right? Anyway, let's move on. We'll show it in a different month. We're done booking these additional transactions. All right, and here they are. We're still in the reconciliation. So let's go ahead and reconcile the rest of the bank statement for June. Voila, and we're at 0, right? That's what we want. We want to get to the 0, right? When reconciliation is successful, we have 0 difference. Reconcile now. Got our reports. I'm not going to print them, I'm going to display them, but print them when you reconcile and attach them to your statements. All right, so the balance, here it is, correct? And then individual transactions, let's take a look at our deposits. They're right here. Appears to be correct, all good. And then the charges, all good, right? So again, we'll print it, attach it to our bank statement. That will conclude reconciliation of our bank account for the month of June.